Well, now I am going to discuss about the loops. We use loops to execute only one conditions for multiple times. Means condition not in format of condition but in the format of code. If we want to execute only one code for multiple times, then we use loops and we just give start and end. For example, here I am going to use a for loop. I am just taking an example. There are only two loops. One is for and another one is while. First of all, I will show you an example. To print hello world for 5 times, we use print for 5 times. For example, here we use print hello world, and hello world, I just save it and I just copy this particular thing, and now after that I am going to paste it here, here and here. I just save it and run the program. When I do like this, it is going to print a hello world for 5 times. But I don't want like this. I want to execute the code using very few codes. Means I don't want to print this particular thing for 5 times. I want to use only one time print, and I want to execute that same hello world for 5 times. In such cases, you can use a for loop in which you have to give a variable name. I'm going to give a variable name I. You can use anything which you want, and you have to set the range, and the range in which you have to give the start and end range. Here I am going to use from 0 till 5, means for 5 loops. Here when you give the range 0 to 5, it is going to be executed for 4, means for 0, for 1, for 2, for 3 and for 4, means it is going to be executed for only 4. Means whatever range you give, means if you give from 0 to n, it is going to be executed from 0 to n minus 1. If you give from 0 to 7, it is going to be executed from 0 to 6, and it is always executed from 0 to n minus 1. Next, here I have to print that hello world, and you have to just save and run that particular program. When you do like this, it is going to print the hello world for 5 times, and this is why the for loop is used. Here you have the hello world for 5 times, and along with that you can able to give means the limit. Means here it is going to append only, means from 0 to 5 it is going to be, means I is going to be appended by only 1. Means it is 0 is get appended by 1, 1 is get appended by 2, 2 is get appended by 3, 3 is get appended by 4. But when you give the value as 2, 0 is get appended by 2, 2 is get appended by 2, means 4, and 4 is get appended by 6, but 6 is less than 5, it is not going to be executed. Therefore it is going to execute only print for only 2 times, and this is how we are going to do that. Here we have the 3 times, means for 0 it is going to execute it, and for 2 it is going to be executed, and for 4 it is going to be executed. And this is how we are going to use the range, and after that we are going to access the elements of array. Well, using the for loop you can able to access the elements of array or any list. You have to just give the variable, and you have to create a list 1 2 3, and after that you have to save it, and you have to use a for loop in which you are going to use a variable, and here you have to give directly the array, and just you have to print the I, and it is going to print every element, every element which is present in the X, which is actually 1 2 and 3. It is going to print all of them. Here we have 1 2 3, and you can achieve the same thing with the different method, in which we are not going to use X, but we are going to use range. And after that we already learnt the properties of a string, in which we are going to use the length. Here you have to give the length, and after which you have to print that I, means not I, you have to print this is X, and you have to print I. Well, this is quite complicated because we are using rather than using for I in X print I, we are using for I in range of length X, print X of I. See, here I have shown you how we can access the same thing in different way. The method in which you are directly accessing the element, it's not very useful, when you are programming with the data structures and algorithm. You have to use this method in such cases. Therefore, I have shown you. And after which I am going to discuss with a while statement. I will show you. First of all, you have n equal to 5, and I use while statement in which I will give you that n must be less than, means n must be less than 5, and here I give value as 0, and I use colon. Actually this is syntax of the while loop. Here I use hello world and I just save it. Then after that I am going to append that particular thing. Sorry, here I am going to use n plus plus, sorry, n plus equal to 1. Well, syntax is quite changed because I am fluent with C, therefore I didn't got it. Here we have the hello world. Here we have n equal to 0 while n is less than 5. Print hello world n plus equal to 1, means for n equal to 0 it will check whether that particular number is less than 5. Yes, 0 is less than 5, therefore it is going to print hello world. And next it is going to append that particular n to 1, means appended by n plus 1. For example, here we have 0 is less than 5, print, and n is appended with 1 is less than 5, print, and it is appended with 2 is less than 5, print, and it is 3 is less than 5, yes it is 4 is less than 5, it is going to print. 5 is not less than 5, therefore it is going to be it is going to end the loop. And when I just run the program, well, you are going to get a value as you are print, means hello world for 5 times. And this is how we are going to execute that particular for and while loops. And we got a hello world for 5 times, and this is how we are going to execute for and while loop. And after that you can able to use the break statement, and I am going to discuss that using the for loop. For I in range of 0, 4, print hello world. And here you can use a break statement. Sorry, I have to remove this. If you use break statement, it is going to break the loop. For example, here we are going to print this hello world for 4 times, but when for third time when I use the break statement, it is going to be broken down, means loop is broken down. If I is equal to 3, if I use break, you can able to watch that the print hello world is only printed for 3 times, for 0, for 1, and for 2, but it is not for 3. Why? Because for third time that loop was broken down. And this is how we are going to execute that particular thing. Instead of this, I just remove this, and I'm going to print the I, directly print I, and I'm going to show you what has happened. For 0 it is executed, for 1 it is executed, for 2 it is executed, but when it comes to 3 it is broken down. Here for 3 it is broken down. And this is how we are going to use the break statement. And break statement is available for and while, for both of them. And after that we have the continue. When I use continue, whenever it is means whenever I is equal to 3, means when I is equal to 3, I is missed, means here that particular code is executed for I equal to 0, I equal to 1, I equal to 2, but for I equal to 3 it is not going to be executed. For I equal to 4 the loop will end, therefore it is going to print 0, 1, 2. If I just write a 5 here and I just save it, run that particular program, it is going to execute for 0, 1, 2, and for 3 it is missed, and for 4 it is going to be executed. And this is how we are going to go with this particular for loop. in which we are going to use the continue and the break statement. As you can have a look at here, we got a 0, 1, 2 and 4. We didn't got a 3 because for 3 it is continue. And this is how we are going to go with the loops. Well, do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Thank you.